Okay, so on your strength exercises, you're going to be working, for the most part, 2 sets of 12 to 16. For some exercises, you'll see 2 sets of 8 to 12. I'm giving you that range because I'd like you to start at the lower number and then over a period of 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, work up to the higher number. So for example, the first one is a split squat, which is also a stationary lunge with the rotation. I have you down for 2 sets of 12 to 16. So you're going to start off with a set of 12, and then next week perhaps you can add 2. Following week you add another 2, and then stick with the 16. Right? For the purpose of the demonstration, I'm going to be doing 8 of each exercise. So your first one up is a stationary lunge split squat. So you're going to have your feet separated a good distance apart. Belly is always locked in, chest is high. You're going to take your 4-pound medicine ball at arm's length. You're going to drop your back knee down and rotate towards the front leg. So this is a right rotation lunge. So that's 4. I'm just dropping my back knee straight down. My heel is up. 6, 7, and 8. Okay, then I go right into the other side. Again, a large, pretty fair distance from front to back. My feet are not as narrow as when I tested you in the inline lunge. You can allow a little bit of distance in terms of width, but you have a lot of distance in terms of length. My heel is up in the back. Arms come straight out. Now I'm rotating towards the left. That's 2. What you want to avoid is any forward flexion at your hips or your trunk. Keep the trunk straight up and the hips dropping straight down. Okay, so that's your first one, the split squat. Secondly, we'll move on to the plank. The plank is, if you recall, on your hands and your feet. So you're going to position your body so that your shoulders are aligned with your elbows and your elbows are stacked over your wrists. Your belly's squeezing in tight, and you're going to add a lower extremity lift, so it'll look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. In your case, you'd rest down, and then you would come back up, and you would go to the second set of the lunges, followed by right followed by left, and you would come back down into your planks with the lower extremity raises. Okay, moving on, we have the row. So you'll take your cord, you get a cord with moderate resistance. For the purpose of demonstration, I'm just going to show you how you would hook it. You would wrap it around a pole or a post or even a piece of equipment in the gym that's sturdy. If I pull, I'm going to open my refrigerator, so I'm just going to pretend that that's firmly anchored. All right, so think in terms of me holding on to the handles. What I'm going to do, again, just like that lunge I just showed you, I'm going to separate my feet a good distance apart. My left leg's in front, right is back. And then I'm going to pull and turn as if to look into the back corner of the room. And then I'll release. So I'll 2 and 3, opening up the chest and the trunk. 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2 and hold 1. And then I'll release. I'll go to the other side. Again, separate the feet. And I'll keep repeating because it's so important and it really sets the tone of the whole exercise. Your belly's got to be drawn. Your chest has got to be high. Your shoulders have to be down and back. Okay, now again, you're holding onto your handles. Now I'm going to pull, turn, and look over my left shoulder. Pull, turn, pull, turn. I got 4 to go for demo. And 4, and 3, and I'm really squeezing back my shoulder blade. I'm initiating with my shoulder blade as opposed to just pulling with the arm. I want to pull back through that shoulder, and then the arm itself will follow. Okay? So that's our staggered stance row. Now we're going to move to push-up, which you do very well. So just for purposes of keeping the demo complete, I have my inhale, exhale. I'm squeezing my legs together, which helps to activate the core. I got 4 to go, 3 to go, there's 2, there's 1. Okay, and if I didn't say earlier with the plank, same thing. I want you to Make that postural set of the belly drawing in. Gravity wants to pull the belly down. Your job is to pull it up and set the shoulders back. Okay, so now we're moving on to the third set, which we have the squat and the lateral raise. So you're going to take a 4 to 6 pound ball. I think I put 6 pounds for your program. So start with the 6 pounds. This happens to be 4. You're just going to sit and stand it up. Sit and stand it up. The squat is such a fundamental, basic move. I want to reinforce what I saw with you during the session, which is a good hip hinge with a flat back and the chest being high. So it's a touch right at the end. The icing on the cake is to squeeze the glutes, push the pelvis forward. And that was 4. That's 5. That's 6, 7, and 8. And you'll see we'll be advancing these to include plyometrics, which is a jump component. We'll be adding weight. There's a lot of variations of a squat. Let's master this one and we'll move from there. Okay, so then you go to your lateral raise. Again, we take a moderate cord. I put on your program a 1 to 2 foot anchor. What I mean by that is you'll start with a 1 foot anchor. You make sure you have equal tension on the band before you begin. 1 foot's back, 1 foot is front. You lock it in, you lift it up. You'll take your inhale. And on the exhale, you come right up. And exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. I got 4 to go. And make sure that you keep your wrists straight, that you don't fall into this, which is a common mistake. What I'm doing is making my wrist flexed. Your wrists are just extensions of the forearm. Got 1 to go. Boom. Okay? Then you would go back to your squat for 8. You'd go back to your lateral raise. On the lateral raise, you would then switch feet. Your back foot is just toe touching. So your heel is off the ground. It's really just like a kickstand. I'm not putting my weight on that leg. It's just hanging out there, giving me a little bit of extra balance. All right, and then lastly, we have the quadruped, upper extremity, lower extremity reach combined with the prone cobra. So for this one, I'll show you 2 views. The first view, head on. Okay, I have my, again, shoulders stacked over elbows, elbows stacked over wrists. My hips are aligned with my knees. I'll give you both views as I said. You're going to lock in your belly, draw your shoulders down and back. You're going to reach right arm with left leg. So I'm going to reach out, and the key here is to pause, balance, and return. Pause, balance, and return. From a side view, I don't have a lot of kicking room, but I'm going to pause, balance, and return. Balance, and return. You do want to avoid your pelvis shifting a lot. You can imagine if you had the front of your pelvis, you want it to face the floor. You don't want it to turn either way. And something that can help you with that is to take a stick or a dowel or a water bottle, put it on your low back, get into the position, and then don't let it fall. So a kick, pause, and down. You would do 8 on the right, you go 8 on the left, exactly the same. Then you would go down into your prone cobra. Again, I'll show you the head-on view. I'm going to tuck my chin in, and I'm going to alternate. Look back, pull back. Look back, pull back. 3, 4. I have my legs squeezed together, and I'm leading with the elbow and just following with the head. From a side view, I'm pulling back, looking back. Pulling back, looking back. I'm not coming high up. Again, I just want to initiate right through here, and I have my legs zipped together. I have my belly drawing up away from the ground so that I have a little bit of a tunnel on the side. Okay, so that's the summary. So you have your dynamic stretches. Then you have your stationary or split squat, which is the lunge and the rotation. Put that together with the plank. Follow that with the rowing, single arm row, followed with your push-up, followed by your squat. Hope you don't hear my kids screaming. Squat, lateral raise, quadruped reaches, and then prone, single arm, single elbow, pull back. All right, I gotta run and get them out of the bath. So I hope that really helps. Stay in touch, give me a call, shoot me an email, whatever's easiest for you. Go through it. If it all seems very foreign, that's okay. We'll review it again and we'll progress from there, okay? Great job.